What makes you feel old? Can't call none of those kids who were born in 2000 the word kid anymore. It's really weird that the children born in the year 2000 are now supposed to be adults. In my mind they're still little children. There's an entire generation that never witnessed 9/11. How fucking weird is that? When a pro athlete I vividly remember watching has a kid who is now a pro athlete. Thanks. Vladimir Guerrero. I was alive before credit scores existed. I'm 31. I feel old if when I'm asleep my head moves slightly off the pillow and I can't turn my head for 2 days. When kids start calling me, sir, Mr., or uncle. Even when people assume I already have a kid when I'm still young. When youngsters think their bullshit works on me. I have a coworker who was born the year I was hired. I'm 20, so not really old, but a week ago I had to explain to my cousin what a VHS was. The oldies music station. I'm nearly old enough to drive in some countries. Knowing that 2021 was a year ago. Exploding head, exploding head, exploding head. Some people call me grandma. People on the internet. Knee pain. When I have apprentices that were my age. Occasionally remembering life pre-internet. I work with adults young enough to be my children. When this kid who is 4 years younger to me said I'm from a different generation. Even if I'm only 19. I feel old when I look at high school kids. And then it reminds me of those stressful days. In my country, high school kids are pressurized way too much. And suddenly I feel glad that I crossed that stage. I randomly looked up Gunbound minutes ago and remembered when it sold out to P2W and died. Now I feel old cause I'll never be able to relive its glory days. My neighbor's kid. I remember holding him when they brought him home for the first time. Still wrapped up like a burrito. A short while ago he rolled a spliff so his father, and I could share it while grilling lol. Plus anytime he asks me about 9/11 since he was born after it and is now going to college. God. Please take me before the incontinence hits me. The songs I listened to in high school are on the oldies station. My osteoarthritis sad face. Having the authority to reprimand young troublemakers. Looking up a film or actor on IMDb. They don't ask for my ID to sell me alcohol anymore. Whenever I make references that my very young coworkers don't get. I made a "the cake is a lie" reference in my Minecraft group and none of the little bastards had ever heard of it. Also, I'm 42 and in a Minecraft group, so that helps me feel old. I'm late Gen Z and I don't understand half the lingo used by people 4+ years younger than me. I feel more millennial than Gen Z 9/10 times. My back when I work while leaning slightly forward. When I think of other people, my age, who look a lot older than me. Someone born in 2004 is 18. The fact that I'm turning 18 in a month. Nothing. I never grew up, Jack. That the 1990s did not actually occur 10 years ago. Being 24 but loving cigars. Drinking whiskey. Going to bed early and listen to jazz music. Oh yes, I do feel quite old. I instruct seniors in high school. I currently instruct students who were not even born when 9/11 occurred. Like the Vietnam War was to me. 9/11 was to them. Nothing more than a historical fact. The fact that the first series of the relaunched Doctor Who is now 17 years old. Knowing that middle schoolers and high schoolers now aren't waking up a whole hour earlier than they usually do for school because a new episode of Teen Titans is out. My daughter started guiding me what is good and bad. Actors, singers, who are younger than me. Pains. The fact that my younger brothers don't know who Severus Snape is. I was understandably very disappointed in him and myself. I volunteer for a teen group at my local library. Some of the parents are about my age. 2020 being 2 years ago. A family member or friend that you remember the birth of being a grown human being they can walk and talk etc. I remember when Pokémon only had 150. There's like 1,000 fuck all now? What? I started working at a high school last year. I work with kids who were born when I was in college. When people tell me I'm old, I'm 18 BTW. Having someone think I'm 10 years younger than I am, tears of joy. Played Unreal Tournament 99. Most popular game. In the early 2000s and still wishing Unreal Tournament becomes popular again. Enough of all the CODs and Halos and FORTNITEs ruining the AFPS genre. TikTok. When adult humor actively becomes funny. The whole concept of gender. TBH. I grew up being taught that sex and gender were synonyms. And that gender roles are barriers that should be brought down. Meaning that either sex should be allowed and expected to do anything without their femininity or masculinity being called into question. Yet now gender roles are okay, and depending on which ones you adopt. Clothes preferences, pronouns, haircuts, mannerisms, etc. Your gender is determined. What? It's migraine-inducing because I feel we want the same thing but are going completely different ways about it, and I'm just too old to understand why.